Welcome back, boys and girls. Today we're going to read the last part of Chapter 3 of Kensuke's Kingdom. April 3rd, off Perth, Australia. Until today it has been nothing but empty ocean all the way from Africa. I love it more and more when it's just us and Peggy Sue in the sea. We all do, I think. But then when we sight land, we always get so excited. When we saw Australia for the first time, we hugged each other and jumped up and down. It's like we're the first sailors ever to discover it. Stella Artois barked at us as if we were mad as hatters, which we probably are, but we've done it. We've sailed all the way from England to Australia, which is halfway around the world. And we did it on our own. Mum's been getting her stomach cramps again. She's definitely going to see a doctor in Australia. She's promised us, and we'll make her keep to it. May 28th. At sea again after nearly 6 weeks with Uncle John. We thought we were going to stay in Perth for just a few days, but he said we had to see Australia properly while we were there. He took us to stay with his family on a huge farm, thousands of sheep. He's got masses of horses, so I went riding a lot with my 2 little cousins, Beth and Liza. They're only 7 and 8, but they could really ride. They called me Mikey, and by the time we left they both wanted to marry me. We're going to be pen pals instead. I saw a snake called a copperhead. Uncle John said it could have killed me if I'd trodden on it, and told me to watch out for redback spiders in the toilet. I didn't go to the toilet very often after that. They called us their pommy cousins, and we had barbecues every evening. They gave us a great time, but I was happy to get back to the Peggy Sue. I missed her while I was gone, like I miss Eddie. I've been sending him cards, funny animal cards, if I can find them. I sent him one of a wombat. I saw a wombat too, and hundreds of possums and loads of kangaroos. And they've got white cockatoos in Australia, like we've got sparrows at home, millions of them. But out here it's gulls again. Wherever we've been in the world, there's always gulls. The plan is we're going to put in at Sydney, explore the Barrier Reef for a bit, then go through the Coral Sea and up towards Papua New Guinea. Mum's stomach cramps are much better. The doctor in Australia said it was probably something she'd eaten. Anyway, she's better now. It's really hot and heavy. It's calm too. No wind. We're hardly moving. I can't see any clouds, but I'm sure a storm is coming. I can feel it. July 28th. I look around me. It's dark. It's a dark, dark night. No moon. No stars, but it's calm again at last. I'll be 12 tomorrow, but I don't think anyone else except me will remember it. We've had a terrible time, far worse even than in the Bay of Biscay. Ever since we left Sydney, it's been just storm after storm, and each one blows us further north across the Coral Sea. The rudder cable has snapped. Dad's done what he can, but it's still not right. The self-steering doesn't work anymore, so someone's got to be at the wheel all the time. And that means Dad or me, because Mum is sick. It's her stomach cramps again. But they're a lot worse. She doesn't want to eat at all. All she has is sugared water. She hasn't been able to look at the charts for 3 days. Dad wants to put out a Mayday call, but Mum won't let him. She says that's giving in, and she's never giving in. Dad and I have been doing the navigation together. We've been doing our best, but I don't think we know where we are anymore. They're both asleep down below. Dad's really wiped out. I'm at the wheel in the cockpit. I've got Eddie's football with me. It's been lucky for us so far, and now we really need it. We need Mum to get better, or we're in real trouble. I don't know if we could stand another storm. Thank God it's calm. It'll help Mum to sleep. You can't sleep when you're being slammed about all the time. So dark out there. Black. Stella's barking. She's up at the bow. She hasn't got her harness clipped on. Those were the last words I ever wrote in my log. After that, it's just empty pages. I tried calling Stella first, but she wouldn't come. So I left the wheel and went forward to bring her back. I took the ball with me to sweeten her in, to tempt her away from the bow of the boat. I crouched down. "Come on, Stella," I said, rolling the ball from hand to hand. "Come and get the ball." I felt the boat turn a little in the wind, and I knew then I shouldn't have left the wheel. The ball rolled away from me quite suddenly. I lunged after it, but but it was gone over the side before I could grab it. I lay there on the deck watching it bob away into the darkness. I was furious with myself for being so silly. I was still cursing myself when I thought I heard the sound of singing. Someone was singing out there in the darkness. I called out but no one replied, so that was what Stella had been barking at. I looked again for my ball, but now it had disappeared. The ball had been very precious to me, precious to all of us. I knew then I had just lost a great deal more than a football. I was angry with Stella. The whole thing had been her fault. She was still barking. I couldn't hear the singing anymore. I called her again, whistled her in. She wouldn't come. I got to my feet and went forward. I took her by the collar and pulled. She would not be moved. I couldn't drag her all the way back, so I bent down to pick her up. She was still reluctant. Then I had her in my arms, but she was still struggling. I heard the wind above me in the sails. I remember thinking, this is silly. You haven't got your safety harness on. You haven't got your life jacket on. You shouldn't be doing this. Then the boat veered violently and I was thrown sideways. With my arms full, I had no time to grab the guardrail. We were in the cold of the sea before I could even open my mouth to scream. That's it for chapter 3, boys and girls. Tune in next time for chapter 4.